Hello, Hero of Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope you all are doing fantastic. I know I am, because we are here talking 2023 Marvel Legends reveals for SDCC. Now, there's some good. I think there's some middle of the road, but I don't think there's really any bad figures. Just stuff that isn't necessarily for me. And also, before we get into it, uh, there have been some official pictures being posted online. There are some that haven't quite had official pictures. I'm going to do a mixture of both. Some of the unofficial pictures will be coming from Toy Arc, but they got their photos from MCU Collector, the Fwoosh, Toying Around, I think Shardmas Prime. So make sure you go follow them and check out their pictures, because that's where I got a lot of the shots in cases and whatnot. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the reveals and my thoughts. Okay, before the con even started, we got looks during, I think it was a breakfast, of the Detroit Steel that is reusing the Ironmonger body with some modifications. Now, Detroit Steel is not a character I'm super familiar with. I know of them vaguely. I had a Lego set of the character at one point, but it's still a cool looking armor. Not a figure I need right away. I wouldn't mind having it for the collection because it's still cool looking armor. I have potentially a spot I could put it in the future, but it's not a necessary figure for me to pick up right away, right now. I could wait for the future. Also, it seems to be just a tad bit inaccurate on the torso. I assume that is just because it's reuse and they didn't want to do any heavy new tooling, so I can kind of forgive it, and it's close enough. No word on how we're actually getting this yet. I think Ryan said during the panel that it'll be available around PulseCon, so we're still waiting to hear about that. And another figure we got revealed is the female Hydra agent, but we got no other details other than she's standing on the table. Uh, she appears to be on the Shriek mold, which is the best female mold, so I'm happy with that. I'm just worried about how we're going to be getting this figure released. Hopefully, it'll be fairly easy because a lot of people like to army build, and I wouldn't mind getting a couple of these for the collection. So that's the female Hydra agent. And then getting into the con floor where they actually have the figures displayed in the cases, we got this little tease of a shield with Squadron Supreme figures. I'll get more into who that belongs to in a bit. Also on the con floor, they had the official first looks at the What If Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure that we kind of got leaked a while, not a while, but a little bit back, maybe a month or two back. And official looks, they're pretty decent figures. I'm not, in love with how some of them look. I think I'm going to be passing on the Elena and the Fury figure, but I'm definitely in for that Kingpin Agatha Harkness. Gamora looks great. Goliath is winning me over. I wasn't totally loving it when the first leaked images of him were popping up, but seeing the official images and the brighter colors, it's looking better to me. Talos is looking better than I originally thought. In the promos, it looked like he was all leg and no torso, and looks a bit better in hand. Dwight, during the panel when they were talking about these figures, had mentioned that there was a new technology that they were using for the neck so that it was a seamless transition from the head to the neck. That was all fancy talk just to say that they have the neck and the head connected, so there's only articulation at the base of the neck so that you can swap out the Talos human face for the Skrull face and have it be seamless with the neck joints. How he was trying to play it off as brand new technology, I kind of saw through that immediately, but I understand why he was trying to sell it so hard. But I think I'm still in for Talos. It looks good. I like the face sculpts especially. The Hydra Stomper, I'm gonna wait on. I want to see the actual show. I want to see this in the show before I decide if I want it or not. If I do want it, I'm going to have to backtrack and get a couple pieces separately of figures. But overall, it's a decent wave. I'm not loving it. Like, it's not like a blam, now that's a knockout wave. There's some standout figures. There's some figures that are duds to me. May not be to you personally, just to me. And then just, it's a nice mix of a wave, but it's not perfect by any means. So that was everything that was revealed just the first, I think, day. This is everything we got the first day. Then later that day, there was a panel that had the X-Men 97 reveals. And then we got official images and the official kind of reveals during the Marvel Legends panel itself. So we got Storm, Wolverine, Bishop, Gambit, Rogue, and Magneto. All with their updated looks and colors and stuff for the X-Men 97 show. All on a brand new retro card. Retro in quotations. Now, this is a very nice wave. All the figures look great. I know everybody's gushing over the Bishop figure. I know a lot of people want the Magneto because they missed out on the previous 3-pack. But me personally, I'm only in on one figure. And I'm going to give you just a couple seconds to guess which figure that is. Screw it. It's Wolverine. You know me. It's Wolverine. I didn't get the VHS Wolverine figure on purpose. I didn't want to pay the price. I know it hit a couple sales, but still, I didn't love the figure initially. This I'm kind of digging. I know it's the same figure, few less accessories, and no cell shading. But this I'm liking better, and I definitely think I'm going to pick it up just because it's Wolverine. Now the question is, do I put it in my X-Men multiverse or my movieverse display that I'll eventually have? Or do I just put it with the rest of my Wolverine stuff? That's what's going to be keeping me up at night until I decide. But otherwise, there's nothing wrong with any of the other figures. I think they all look great. They come with some good accessories. The face sculpts, the figures themselves, a lot of them are pinless, have some updates, to like Gambit's coat. Again, the great figures. They're just not for me. I'm very happy with just getting Wolverine and being done with it. Okay, during the panel, they did the final reveal for the VHS Spider-Man 2-packs. This 2-pack is civilian Peter Parker with Alistair Smythe in his robotic body. This is cool, but not for me. If it would have been Peter Parker in his polo, I might have got it. My version of Smythe is like the big time era for Spider-Man where he's in the armor and calls himself the Spider Slayer, so I don't need the animated Smythe. So this is cool for those that want it, but I have passed on all of the 2-packs from this line and all the X-Men VHS, so this just isn't for me. Okay, and then we got the official reveal of the Marvel Knights wave. This was heavily rumored before, but we knew nothing about what was coming in this wave. And I gotta say, it's a pretty solid wave. So let's start with Daredevil. This is the new modern Daredevil where he's forming the fist with Elektra as Daredevil as well. I haven't read the Chip Zdarsky run, but it's on my list to read because I know it's really, really good. So I should probably at least check that run out before I pick up this figure, but it's still one that I would like to get. It looks good. It's got some nice accessories. Just overall, it looks like a fun figure. And tying into that figure, we have the Fist Ninja. This is a retooled, kind of changed up hand ninja, just with the fist label. It's fun. Again, plenty of accessories. It's got an interchangeable head. I think I'm going to wind up getting 2 of these eventually. Not right away. It's not a figure I'm dying to have for the collection. I wouldn't mind getting 2 so I can have them flanking my 2 Daredevils. The one in this wave and then the Elektra Daredevil. So I think that's my plan there. It's a want, but just not right away. Then we get Lady Bullseye, who is looking very nice. She's on the Shriek mold, and she comes with plenty of accessories. She's even got these new fan weapons that are really cool. So I'm really excited to see how that figure turns out in hand. Looks like it'll be a lot of fun. I don't know much about the character. I've read her in just a little bit of comics here and there, but never like a full focused book on her. So I should probably read up a little bit more on her before this figure comes out, but otherwise I'm still excited. Then a figure I am planning to skip on because I don't need it. It's the Midnight Suns video game, Gamerverse, whatever you want to call it, Iron Man armor. It's a fun idea. Not going to knock it. It's nice reuse. It still looks like a very solid figure, but I just don't need it. I could have it for my Hall of Armor that I'll eventually do a display of, but I didn't play the game. I'm not collecting a lot of Gamerverse aside from the Spider-Man stuff. I just don't need it. So it's a pass. Then we've got Clea, one of those. Very, very nice figure. She looks very great. Like the hair sculpt, the face sculpt, it's all like surprisingly beautiful for an action figure, if that makes sense. But she looks really good. Pinless legs, single jointed arms. She's got hands, some effects. I think it's a pretty decent figure. A great, like first Clea figure for action figures. Like out of the gate, great figure. It's gonna look awesome next to my classic Doctor Strange, who will, they'll be on their own Mystic shelf eventually, so that'll be really cool to see those two together. Then, second to last, we've got Blade. Now, I'm a little bummed out because I just, in the last year, backtracked and got the 2017 Blade and finished the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure wave. But this is still an excellent figure, and I'm happy to be getting it. In fact, time of recording this, the pre-orders for this wave are already up, and he is one of only 2 that I pre-ordered. So I'm very happy to be getting this guy. He comes with a lot of accessories. I think some interchangeable hands, some wooden stakes, a sword, and his the double-sided blade, handheld blades from the movie. I don't know what you would call them, but they're really sick. Definitely like this figure. He's going to be great. Now, I think I'm going to have this be my primary Blade on the mystical shelf that I'll eventually have, and then my other Blade will either be on the street level heroes shelf or put him with my ultimate shelf, because I think one of the heads he came with is an ultimate version of Blade's head. So I need to decide on that, but so I still have a place for both Blades, even though we're getting the second one. And then the last single-packed figure in this wave is classic Luke Cage Power Man. Whew. We have all been waiting for this update, and this figure is gorgeous. Love to see it. Only comes with some interchangeable hands, but still, that's about all you need. Luke Cage, he's a bruiser. He's going to be punching. He's going to be grabbing. He's going to be chucking people across the room. So I don't need fancy accessories with him. But this figure is fantastic. He's the second one that I pre-ordered because I need this guy day one. He looks sick. It's just 2 words. Sweet Christmas. So yes, these were all part of a Build-A-Figure wave, and that Build-A-Figure is a mindless one. Elephant in the room. It's an army builder as a Build-A-Figure. That's pretty freaking frustrating. I would like to get 2 of these guys. I say would like to. I'm probably going to only end up with 1 right away. Probably by the time I get a second one, that's when they're going to re-release him, and we can get him again. I'm going to shoot for 2. I'm going to build 1 right away, and then either later on build another one, or maybe they'll do a re-release as a deluxe or something. Either way, this is an excellent Build-A-Figure. I have no real notes. I love the effect that they have for the eye. He comes with interchangeable hands. It's an all new sculpt. Like, initially when I saw this, I thought, oh, that'd make a great repaint for Clayface. And then it clicked. Oh, wait, they can't do that. It's DC. But still, I would really like to see customizers take this body and turn it into a Clayface or something, because that would be really cool. Or a tar pit. That'd be perfect for a tar pit. I'm not personally going to do it. I just think it'd be really cool to see. But anyway, back to the wave itself and the figures. This is a very solid wave. I'm in on 6 of the figures. I'm going to pass on that Iron Man, and I definitely want to complete the bath and potentially get a second one. So this is, I would say, an A wave. You know, on a school rating system, this would get an A. Then in the panel, they revealed some figures that didn't necessarily have a wave associated with them. They were just kind of throwing them out there like, hey, you're going to be getting this in the future. We're not going to say when or how or, you know, in what full capacity, but we got a few minor details. So starting with the MCU figures, we got the announcement of an updated Black Widow from what would be Avengers and Captain America Winter Soldier. She comes with 2 heads, one for each of those respective movies. And this is an updated Widow from what would be the Age of Ultron mold, I think. Not the best mold. Basically from the where the diaphragm cut is, down is all reuse. I think it's fine. I think the worst part about this is the heels. So that's going to be a pain in the butt to try and pose. But the upper part is like where the diaphragm cut up. That was always difficult to crunch back and forth. So to see that updated is really nice. And then she's got double jointed arms, pinless arms. So that's really awesome. Looks like she comes with some blast effects for her stingers. And then, like I said, the 2 heads. So I'm going to definitely be getting 1, possibly 2. And I'm going to be selling off my previous Widow that is on part of this mold. And then we got another repaint, but it's a repaint I've been wanting. And that is the Mark II Iron Man. And as you can see, these are actually part of the Infinity Saga line, the anniversary line that they had a couple years ago. So they brought it back for these. They haven't said if it's a full wave or like another anniversary line or whatever. It's just, they have 3 releases. So this is number 2, and it's the Iron Man Mark II. Looks fantastic. No notes. This is exactly what I was wanting, exactly what I expected. I think it would have been cool if they added in Rhodey as another faceplate open head, but I'm still very happy with this. I think this still works. It seems like maybe they even remolded the one arm because he doesn't come with the extra accessories for like the rockets and whatnot. So that's interesting. But overall, I fantastic. I was wanting this. I want all the important armors that we got in the movies, so I will happily pick this up. And then probably the most needed out of all of these Infinity Saga figures that they showed is Bruce Banner. Yes, we are getting an updated Bruce Banner based off of the Infinity War look that he had with the sport coat jacket and his kind of different haircut. He's looking really great. Great likeness, no notes. It would have been nice for more accessories, but I don't know what accessories they could have added. So I'm pretty happy with this. I will definitely be picking this up. I did not have the previous Bruce Banner that came in that 4-pack, so I will take this absolutely. And then they had some more comic-based reveals. Again, no wave association, nothing else besides, hey, this is coming in the future. And this first one, I've never heard of. I don't want, but I think it's cool. It's Crystar. I think it's pronounced Crystar. Apparently a toy comic tie-in type of deal where they made the toys and then they wanted media associated with the toys. So they went to Marvel Comics, and apparently the rights reverted back to Marvel or something, so they're making this figure. I have no interest. Now, if they were to make a ROM Space Knight, I would maybe pick that up. But this figure, I had no idea who the hell this was before they revealed it. And as cool as it is, the translucent plastic is nice. It's just not for me. So this is going to be a skip, but I can see where... In fact, I've seen a lot of people positively saying, holy crap, I need this, so it has an audience. I'm just not it. And they also showed off a vision on the Vulcan mold. This is really cool. I'm very happy that they're doing this because, a lot of people missed out on that retro card figure. The only trouble is I didn't. And quite honestly, I don't know where I would put either vision, deciding, depending on where I wanted one to go. That's kind of the debate I'm wrestling with here. I want this figure because it looks really good. It's got a nice classic look, but I'm also very happy with the one I have, and I don't necessarily have a spot for either one to go when I don't have, when I get both. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Thankfully, we don't know where this is coming, how we can get it. So potentially I could pass on it, or potentially I might not be able to because it's in a wave or something, but we'll wait and see. This is a maybe leading more towards, yeah, I'm definitely going to get it. So, still a really cool figure. Second to last on the reveals now, we have Justice. Yes, we are now that much closer to completing the new Warriors, and this is one that I've been really wanting. Because while I don't know much about the character, I have read about him a little bit in Avengers books, and I've been wanting him to go with the new Warriors, because it just feels so incomplete without him. But he's really nice here. No word on what accessories he's coming with. He's on a modified Sunfire mold body, so I love that body. Perfect for him. Looks great. I just would like to know where it's coming. But otherwise, fantastic figure. Can't wait to see how we get him in the future. And then lastly, tying into that Shield tease I talked about earlier, here we have Wonder Woman. Power Princess. Yes. We are going to be completing our Squadron Supreme within a year, it seems. So that's really, really cool. We don't have the Nighthawk and Blur set yet, but I think that's coming really soon. And then getting her not too long after will be really great. And this is what seems to be an entirely new body, and it seems to be a larger female body that could potentially be reused. So that's exciting. We can get more larger females, like maybe a Valkyrie off of this. So nothing but wins in my book. I cannot wait for this figure. She looks fantastic. But that was not all that the Legends team showed us. They actually gave us 2 teases. And what's really great is they're teasing some awesome stuff. Some stuff that I'm really looking forward to. So first off, we have a box. Now, a lot of people thought this was like a turbine or, kind of like a rotor or something at first. But no, this is the Spell Containment Box from No Way Home. It has an official name. It's Macindas Cadaverous. Cadaverous is that really bad villain from Spider-Man comics. Anyway, it's the Spell Box from No Way Home. They didn't say it officially, but that's exactly what it looks like. So that is exciting. That means we're getting more No Way Home. And that is nailed home, play on words, by the other tease, which is a Doc Ock tentacle. So yeah, the rumors might just be true. It seems like we're going to be getting some more No Way Home figures. That's exciting. I'm dying to get more No Way Home figures. Before we even got that Spider-Man 3-pack, I was so tempted to get the SH Figuarts figures. And now I've got that pack, and I need more. I want the villains. I want the I want the Spideys again. I don't even care if we get the full suits again. If we get the extra heads, that would be amazing, because I can display both suits from the 3-pack and the re-release with the extra heads. Just wins all around, and I can't wait for both of these teases to finally be fully revealed. Alrighty, so yeah, that was everything that they showed off for Marvel Legends this year at SDCC 2023. I think it was a pretty decent set of reveals. You know, we got technically 3 full waves revealed, plus some bonuses, plus some stuff we're gonna find out, later on, some teases. It's a good amount of stuff, and overall, I think the figures are good. Like, I don't think there was a serious dud out of all these in terms of like, oh, that's just a crap figure. There's a little bit of everything for anybody, or a little bit of everything for everyone. So I think was a pretty decent SDCC. We've got some more conventions coming up in the future. I think we've got PulseCon, New York Toy Fair, and maybe New York Comic Con coming up. Or do I have it confused with or do I have it confused with another con? Either way, we're gonna get some more Marvel Legends reveals probably in just a little over a month. So everybody hold tight, keep looking at the pictures for this con, and we'll get some more stuff coming up at PulseCon. So this has been my thoughts, but I want to know your thoughts. Leave them all down in the comments section below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.